Should grapplers sprint? This is a common question or topic of discussion, not just in jiu-jitsu, but all the grappling arts, judo, MMA, and wrestling included. In today's video, I'm going to give you my answer and some insight into my underlying thinking on the subject. Firstly, let's look at why athletes might want to include sprinting in their programming. The biggest reason is that the combination of high force and speed in sprinting means there's a very strong stimulus for the central nervous system, which is the source of all force production. If you think of yourself as a human Tesla, your CNS is the battery, and a bigger, more powerful battery is going to deliver more force to the wheels and make the car go faster. Second, all that force and speed drains energy at a very fast rate, so sprinting can represent a powerful training stimulus for the metabolic system, building endurance during high-intensity work. Thirdly, exposing the muscles of the lower body to regularly and appropriately dosed sprinting has been shown to reduce the risk of tearing those muscles, especially the hamstrings. Now let's look at the reasons why sprinting might be a bad idea for grapplers. The first is injury risk. There's no free lunch, and the price of creating such a potent stimulus for the nervous system is the risk of muscle tears. The biggest source of hamstring strains is, you guessed it, sprinting. And the risk rises exponentially with running speed. The faster you go, the likelier it gets. Second is specificity. In team and field-based sports, sprinting is a non-negotiable because they're running-based. You're going to have to frequently reach those risky speeds, and you need efficient technique to benefit conditioning. None of that is true in grappling. The third reason is that grapplers tend to move like crap. The very same things that tend to make for good grapplers, hunched, often very asymmetrical postures, being stiff and inelastic, make for horrible sprinting. Not to mention the abuse that the lower body can take in grappling, especially no-gi jiu-jitsu. For the most part, the juice is just not worth the squeeze. Additional things to add to that headache are weight, age, and injury history. So if you're a super heavy Masters 3 competitor with a knee or ankle surgery on your resume, you can go ahead and stop watching. On a serious note, I personally do not program true all-out sprinting on flat ground for grapplers. What I will, however, do is include modified sprinting variations to still try to chase the benefits that I mentioned while mitigating those risk factors, namely shortening the distance, decreasing the movement speed, and reducing the amount of force going through the lower body. By shortening the distance, we limit the amount of speed that can be achieved within any given rep. Most people will struggle to hit more than 85% of their top speed within 10 meters, and the real danger zone is 95% plus, which happens after about 20 meters in my experience. How do we reduce movement speed? We can add load or incline. If you live near a hill, use this. The steeper the hill, the less risk. If you don't live near a hill, sprint against a sled, bands, or chains. Whatever's going to slow you down a little, because even just a 10% addition of your body weight and load will significantly reduce the risk. Lastly, we can reduce force and risk with it by avoiding sprinting on unforgiving surfaces like tracks or concrete, and instead sprinting on grass or occasionally sand. If you like the training ideas explored in this video, check out jiu-jitsu.net. We cover stuff just like it and more inside of our online training program, which covers all of your physical basis for jiu-jitsu, and it's only $9.99 a month. Thanks.